Hello, folks. I thought I'd go through the compassion muscle exercise with you briefly, and you can download this sheet from the website. At the top here, I've got, remember, it is oppression that is morally wrong, not your body's response to it. And so here I'm talking about trauma as well in that. If we're having a really hard time, it can be very easy for us to think that we should be able to pull ourselves out of it or just get over it and end up blaming ourselves for struggling and for the chaos. So that's just there by way of reminder that it's great that we can do activities that help us to regulate, and it's not ignoring the fact that, of course, what we need is for the trauma and the oppression to be tackled at source in the first place. And strengthening the compassion muscle, I've given it that title to get over the idea that this is a practice, and many of us have practiced strengthening the let's be hard to ourselves muscle. And when we recognise that, and we can make a deliberate choice, hopefully, to try and strengthen other muscles, for example, compassion. And it doesn't mean beating ourselves up when we don't manage to. So we can map this to the, sorry folks, magic biscuit exercise. If you watch that, what I was explaining was that if I put a plate of biscuits in front of a group of strangers and say, what are the biscuits saying to you? There's a sort of nervous laughter. And what happens in that is it's noticing that things can be really, really hard. If we're having conversations with biscuits from a really stuck place, that is a really hard place to be. So this is crap. Things are really hard for me. This is really difficult. That compassion is not about pretending that things are better than they are. It's about noticing the reality and not beating ourselves up because of it. So the first step, the reality. This is a moment of suffering, for instance. The second thing, this is where the nervous laughter comes in when I ask people, what are the biscuits saying to you? Is that we recognise in that we are not alone. Other people chat to biscuits. Other people struggle with these issues, and we all matter. So the first one is reality. The second one is our common humanity. And then the third one is anything where we communicate warmth and understanding to ourselves. Some people find that what can be helpful in this is imagining what they might say to a close friend. One of the phrases that I found really useful, that I haven't actually put on here, was I breathe in love and kindness. And the reason I found that useful is it's quite hard to argue with. Whereas some of the other ones, I am worthy of respect. If I was in a really hard place, I might start arguing with myself over that. A lot of these phrases are taken from a sort of yoga narratives, or people who are familiar with Buddhism might recognize them. And they're just given as examples. You'll be able, hopefully this will prompt you to come up with something that makes sense to you in your own words. So I hope that's useful. Thank you.